Nick Reiner is facing 2 counts of first-degree murder with special circumstances. First-degree murder means that prosecutors believe this was deliberate and premeditated. Special circumstances is actually something that makes the charges more severe. In this case, the special circumstance is that there were 2 deaths and a weapon was used, a knife. This is a huge difference for prosecutors to pursue first degree with special circumstances because it results in either life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty. A regular first degree murder charge is 25 to life, so the stakes are incredibly high.
This is a devastating tragedy that has befallen the Reiner family. We all recognize that. Our hearts go out to the entire Reiner family. There are very, very complex and serious issues that are associated with this case. These need to be thoroughly but very carefully dealt with and examined and looked at and analyzed. Nothing happened today substantively. We'll be back for an arraignment in the same department on the 7th of January. We'll see you then.
They postponed the arraignment to January. What could that mean?
The arraignment's been postponed to January, and Alan Jackson, Reiner's attorney, said that he simply needed more time. It was too early to enter a plea. This could mean multiple things. It could be that he simply needs to further investigate the case, meet with the client. He's just retained. Simply a timing issue. It could also mean that the defense is contemplating a potential plea deal with prosecutors.
Now, what can you speak to in terms of Nick Reiner's demeanor today? Obviously, they didn't allow cameras to shoot him, but what do we know based off of what people saw?
Nick Reiner was described as looking grim. He was in shackles and wearing a suicide smock. This could be that there is a mental health concern. With respect to shackles, he is charged with the highest level crime under California law. So it's not surprising to see that he was there and he was restrained. Another issue that came up, there is no bail. That's because the charges that he's faced with, there's no bail option under California law.
What could his possible defense be down the line here if we see this go to trial?
It's far too early to know what the defense will be in this case. We are at the very beginning. But because there is very public knowledge about drug use and mental health issues, that could potentially play into defense strategy. Could there be an insanity defense? Could there be a defense that due to drug use or mental health, he could not formulate the requisite intent for premeditated murder? Could there be issues with his competency to be in the courtroom during these proceedings or to stand trial? These are all avenues that the defense may pursue. We know he's charged with premeditated murder, but could the defense say that this was a heat of passion situation? That would reduce a charge from first-degree murder to second-degree murder, significantly lesser sentence. These are all avenues that the defense could pursue, all based on what we know publicly with respect to mental health struggles.
Now, the timeline of everything is still murky to all of us. The investigation hasn't given a lot of details, but we do know is that there's videos of him prior, or what we think is prior to the killings, and also photos of him after while he was arrested. So what could that say in terms of evidence with this changing of the clothes and seemingly having a calm demeanor?
There's video of him outside a gas station, and that is believed to be before the killings. Then there's footage from his arrest. He's wearing different clothes. This could play into the prosecution's argument that this was an intentional killing. To the extent that the defense was going to raise an insanity defense, it will be severely undercut if Nick Reiner took any action to cover up what he had done. That's because under California law, insanity requires that the defendant did not know what they did was wrong. So any cover up, any action that getting away from the scene, that will all play into the prosecution's case.